Well, goodbye.
It has been an adventure.
In the 1980s, a wave of actresses became permanent fixtures in American pop culture. They appeared everywhere, in movie theaters, on cable television, and stacked on shelves at video rental stores. Audiences felt like they knew them. But familiarity did not always lead to long-lasting careers. Many faded away as trends shifted. Elizabeth Shue was different. She never vanished. For an entire generation, she was simply part of the landscape, a familiar face who never felt forced. Her story is not about scandal or sudden disappearance, but about timing, consistency, and an industry that slowly changed around her. Elizabeth Shue grew up in a stable middle-class family in New Jersey, far removed from Hollywood connections. She entered acting through commercials as a teenager, then small film roles. What stood out early was her presence. She felt approachable and real, someone audiences instantly trusted. Studios leaned into that quality. She was rarely transformed or radically reinvented. From film to film, she remained the dependable girl next door. That consistency made her easy to cast and highly marketable. But it also quietly limited the kinds of roles she was offered. Her breakout came with The Karate Kid in 1984. As Ally, she did not dominate the screen, but she left an impression. She felt grounded in a movie filled with heightened emotions. In 1987, Adventures in Babysitting placed her front and center. The film became a staple of home video, and Shue's warmth and natural humor connected deeply with audiences. By the late 80s, she was everywhere, sharing that space with many actresses whose careers would later stall or sharply change direction. Unlike performers who transitioned into prestige dramatic work early, Shue spent much of the late 80s and early 90s in high-profile but limited roles. Cocktail, Back to the Future Part 2 and 3, and Soap Dish kept her visible, working alongside major stars. Yet she was often positioned as the love interest or supporting figure. This was not a failure of talent, but a reflection of the era. Films had become lighter and more commercially focused, offering fewer opportunities for young actresses to stretch creatively. By the early 90s, Shue began shifting her choices. She took on smaller, darker projects that challenged her established image. Independent films like Radio Inside and The Underneath showed her actively pushing against expectations. That risk led to leaving Las Vegas in 1995, a film that quietly redefined how she was seen. Playing Sarah, a deeply vulnerable and complex character, Shue delivered a restrained performance that grounded the film emotionally. She did not demand attention, she earned it through honesty. The Oscar nomination that followed did not transform her career overnight, but it revealed depth that had always been there. Rather than chase momentum, Shue chose balance. She continued working while prioritizing sustainability and family life. As the industry evolved, television transformed from a fallback into a creative destination. Shue arrived at that moment perfectly. Roles in CSI, Cobra Kai, and The Boys allowed her to explore layered characters while remaining visible to new generations. These projects were not steps down, they were continuations. Elizabeth Shue's career feels complete not because it ended, but because it adapted. She stayed true to herself, avoided trends that demanded reinvention at any cost, and let the industry catch up to her strengths. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Hollywood careers and quiet reinventions, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for Hollywood Bulletin, because your support helps keep these stories alive.